It is no secret that San Francisco has struggled to provide enough houses and help for its unhoused population, which, according to the latest count, sits at more than 8,300 people. And while the city has made a concerted effort to increase the number of shelter beds available, the current number sits at less than half of what is needed. And now, in order to prioritize the families in most urgent need, the city has a new policy, and it's pushing some families out of shelters. John Ramos on the call today to protect them.
Here in San Francisco's Mission District, ICE raids and deportations may not be the only thing people are afraid of. It turns out a policy of the city may also be contributing to the displacement of immigrant families. The noon rally outside Everett Middle School in San Francisco included immigrant parents trying to raise their children while living in homeless shelters in the city.
We're here to demand a sensible answer to the question, how does evicting working families from shelters solve anything?
The city has a 90-day limit on its family homeless shelters. Then they're served with an eviction letter and may or may not be eligible for a 30-day extension. The school's principal joined the rally to urge San Francisco to live up to its sanctuary ideals.
By nature, a sanctuary is a warm, welcome, and safe place to call home. A 30-day shelter policy is not a reflection of this commitment. San Francisco is one of the most expensive cities in the nation. The cost of living, and more specifically, the cost of housing, is an extraordinary challenge for all. A shelter policy that offers families with children only 30 days to attempt to stabilize economically is a policy that does not acknowledge the reality of our city today.
Bridget Early has been the school's social worker for 17 years. She says 1/5 of her students are homeless, with 20 of them living in city shelters.
It is shocking, and I honestly have to say it's shameful too. I think that for whatever reason, we don't take care of each other. And I think we see ourselves as separate maybe, or like we don't have the shared responsibility to take care of our neighbors, but we should. And we do have the resources in the city to do that.
It does, in fact, have the money. 8 years ago, voters approved Measure C, which taxes large businesses to establish a fund to fight homelessness. Now there's $50 million available for hotel vouchers and rental subsidies. Supervisor Connie Chan says it's time to act in a big way.
We do have capacity right now. We have the funding now. Let's make sure it's like, what can we do to rip the bureaucracy, rip the red tapes, and get them housed first. And I think that if there were more families to come, we're going to tackle it along the way.
That responsibility may fall on Mayor Daniel Lurie, who on Tuesday was given more power to approve contracts to fight homelessness. Advocates are hoping that will cut through some of the bureaucracy and political bickering. Mary Zavala just received an order to move out of the shelter room she shares with her 2 special needs children.
It's inhumane for the responsible authorities to allow families with children and seniors to be on the street living with uncertainty of not knowing what the current government is going to do with regards to deportations.
Help us raise our next generation in a safe, secure, and warm environment, a true sanctuary.
It turns out that being a sanctuary city may involve more than just letting people stay. It may mean finding a place for them to live.